Greetings all. What is stopping the Emperor of Mankind from reviving? The Warhammer 40K verse, a grim tableau painted in shades of war and despair, is characterized by its grandeur and intricacies, with towering titans and celestial warriors locked in an eternal struggle between humanity and the countless extraterrestrial threats. Central to this narrative is the Emperor of Mankind, the enigmatic and divine figure whose very essence permeates the fabric of the Imperium. Beneath the surface of this epic lore lies a question that provokes extensive debate among fans and scholars. What is stopping the Emperor from reviving in a universe steeped in chaos and ruin? To truly grasp the multifaceted barriers of the Emperor's revival, one must first delve into the nature of his existence post-Horus Heresy and the severe implications of the galaxy's current turmoil. Following his confrontation with the arch-traitor Horus during the Siege of Terror, the Emperor was mortally wounded, forced into a life support device known as the Golden Throne. The Emperor's current state is far from that of a detached deity. It is one of deep suffering, sacrifice, and a profound connection to the warp. This dim state of being forms the backdrop against which the implications of any potential revival must be examined. One of the core elements preventing the Emperor's revival is the overwhelming void of psychic energy. The Emperor stands as a psychic beacon, drawing his immense power from the collective belief and hope of humanity. Yet as the realities of the 41st millennium unfold, this belief is eroding. The Imperium is in constant decline, plagued by wretchedness, despair, and a population too scarred by war and loss to maintain the faith necessary for the Emperor's resurgence. The collective psychic backlash from this despair has caused the warp to become even more unstable, intensifying the threats posed by chaos. In this context, reviving the Emperor would not only require a resurgence of faith from humanity, but also an unprecedented stabilization of the warp itself, a notion that seems daunting in light of the current lunacy. Moreover, this sheer extent of his duties as a spiritual and political figurehead complicates the idea of revival. The Emperor is not merely a symbol of hope. He is the linchpin of the Astronomicon, the psychic lighthouse guiding Imperial ships through the treacherous expanse of space. His continued existence is intertwined with the survival and navigation of the Imperium. However, should he be revived, it raises the question, who would take up the mantle of leadership? The absence of strong unifying leadership within the Imperium poses a significant risk. The immense power vacuum that would accompany his revival could prompt squabbling amongst factions, potentially resulting in further fragmentation in a galaxy already rife with division and strife. Beyond the metaphysical and political barriers lies the grim reality of a complex web of allegiances and enemies, particularly regarding the forces of chaos. The nature of these adversaries is not merely antagonistic but fundamentally antithetical to the Emperor's ideals of human unity and peace. The Dark Gods would undoubtedly perceive the revival of the Emperor as an existential threat, leading them to unleash their full fury upon the Imperium and its forces. Their pervasive influence within the warp complicates matters further, interlacing every potential resurrection event with insidious plots and strategic ramifications. Thus, any attempts to revive the Emperor risk inciting a full-scale conflict with forces that would not simply act, but would seek to eradicate this resurgence before it fully materializes. Equally significant is the role of the Emperor's psychic might, and what it would entail if he were to be revived. As one of the most powerful psykers in the galaxy, the Emperor's return would likely create seismic shifts across the warp. The repercussions of such a resurgence might unleash catastrophic psychic phenomena, destabilizing the delicate balance that holds the forces of chaos at bay. This is no simple feat to consider. The last thing the Imperium needs is a further escalation of the already unpredictable tumult within the warp. The disturbing harmony that exists, albeit tenuously, might be shattered by the Emperor's revival, resulting in chaos even more severe than what exists today. Furthermore, examining the continuous decline of the Adeptus Mechanicus also raises essential questions about the Emperor's potential revival. This mysterious organization, a crucial pillar of the Imperial hierarchy and technological stewardship, has seen its influence wane, haunted by the orthodoxy and an aversion to innovation. Their stagnation in a universe that demands adaptation and evolution puts them at a crossroads. The revival of the Emperor would necessitate a resurgence of faith even among their ranks, and would hinge heavily on the ability to forge new relationships with the emerging powers within the galaxy, such as the emergent Eldari factions. Many of these groups harbour a historical and philosophical distrust of the Emperor and all he represents. Renewing bonds with them would likely be as complex as it is fraught with danger. Another layer of complexity arises from the interpretations of the Emperor's own vision for humanity. The Emperor's grand design has always been steeped in a desire for a future free from the chains of superstition and blind faith. The revival narrative presents a drastic contradiction to his own philosophy of enlightenment and reason. Reviving him could inadvertently reinforce the dogma, blind faith, and reverence that has seeped into the fabric of Imperial culture, overshadowing the original intent of the Emperor's vision. His ambitions extended beyond mere survival to a galaxy wherein humanity could thrive as an enlightened beings, not reliant on faith or devotion, but understanding and knowledge. A revival might cruelly undo the years of societal evolution and push the Imperium deeper into the shadows of its own superstition. The ultimate consideration, perhaps the most imposing blockade to the Emperor's revival, is the intricate tapestry of human understanding and belief surrounding his figure. The Emperor has transcended mere mortal perception into the realm of religious myth, becoming something greater than flesh and bone. He is the embodiment of hope, fear, reverence, and disdain. In many ways, he has evolved into an ideal, a concept that allows people to navigate the realities of an unforgiving universe. A revival risks altering this perception, transforming the Emperor back into a mere mortal man. What would that mean for humanity's understanding of their saviour? A tragic facet of immortality lies in the paradox of longing. Should the Emperor return, humans may find that they are unable to bask in the glory of his divinity, as they did when he willed his essence into the cosmos as a mythic figure. As the timelines unravel, the question of what is truly stopping the Emperor from reviving prompts a deep reflection on the Warhammer 40K verse and its relentless cycle of suffering and hope. The layering of metaphysical, socio-political, and philosophical barriers underscores a reality that the Emperor's revival might not merely be a narrative feature, but an event fraught with complexities and consequences that could reframe humanity's very existence. In a universe characterized by endless war and despair, perhaps the greatest enemy lies not in the Xenos nor the Dark Gods, but in the very fabric of war-torn human society. The necessity of a united belief forged from hope and the willingness to confront cosmic chaos with enlightened reason is the key to unraveling the strands binding the Emperor to his eternal throne. Without such a renaissance of faith and unity, the intention to revive the Emperor remains tantalizing, yet ultimately beyond the grasp of those who yearn for his return. Thus, as humanity stares into the abyss of its own making, the question remains, lingering in the ether. Is the Emperor truly meant to revive, or has he become something beyond the confines of mortality? A sentinel of hope eternally waiting a chance to illuminate a path through the darkness. This archive has now been fully decoded. Continue your journey into the librarian with the video displayed on screen. The vast wealth of the archives continues to reveal new knowledge of the dark history of the 40K verse. In the grim dark of the far future, there is only war.